Okay, now let us talk about this movie. And this movie is from 2010 and it is Insidious. It is directed by James Wan and it is written by Lee Whannell. It stars Lynn Shane, Patrick Wilson, and also Lee Whannell. Now, people, with everything that we do, we need to use critical thinking. We need to connect the dots and most definitely ask questions. What is it that Hollywood is trying to tell us? No, they put a whole lot of information in these movies because they know we will not pay attention and we will not connect the dots, right? Now, this movie is all about a child that can astral project, and that is his spirit can leave his body and he can travel into the spiritual realm. Now, the ability for this child to be able to do so is inherited from his father. His father can also astral project and he got this ability from his mother. So it is showing you 3 generations that can astral project. Now right there, Hollywood is showing you a bloodline. And they are letting you know that there is a royal bloodline that runs through humanity. And that is why they are so busy trying to get as much people to do that particular test, because that test is just a collecting of DNA material. No, that is for another time. Now, there is 2 demons in the movie. One that is a natural demonic entity and the other one which was a human. Now, this human had some gender issues and he commits suicide and he turned into a demonic entity. No, Hollywood is always eating and drinking and breaking bread with members of the LGBTQ community. Now they make a movie depicting an individual who is a cross-dresser, who is mentally ill, that turned into a demonic entity going after people's children. What are they trying to tell us, right? What are they trying to tell us? Now, these people basically give the LGBTQ community the middle finger. Talk about your friends. Now, let's continue with this movie because in chapter 2, we'll go further into this LGBTQ demonic entity and discuss it some more. And as I said, if you got problems with this movie and with what I'm saying, pick it up with the producers, the writers, and the people who greenlight it. I am not affiliated with it in any shape or form. So don't be getting up in your feelings and get sensitive because they depict the LGBTQ community as demonic entities going after people's children. Now, let's get into the movie because the dialogue is very interesting and it will help you to understand what is happening. Now, the name of the psychic is Elise. Now, if you do a quick Google search, you will find that the name Elise means God is abundant. Now, these people, they did not leave anything to chance. Down to the very name has a meaning. Now, after the character Elise examined the home, she come up with her conclusion and she's engaging in a discussion with the family. Now, this is what she had to say. Your son isn't in a coma. Falling off a ladder had nothing to do with this. His physical body is here, but his spiritual body is not. And the reason these disturbances, they follow you to a new home is because it's not the house that's haunted, it's your son. Now the mother then go on to say, I don't understand. Elise explained, have you ever heard of astral projection? The mom said yes, out-of-body experience or something. Elise went on to explain. I like to call them travelers. You see, these are people with the ability to leave their physical body and to travel to different places in astral form. Now, Dalton is a very accomplished astral projector. He's been doing it in his sleep for a long time. He has been doing it since he was very young and he's unafraid because he thinks they're dreams, and it is that very lack of fear that has led him to travel too far and to become lost. Now the mom says this, lost? Lost where? Elise answers, in a place that I call the further. Mom, what does that mean? The further is a world far beyond our own, yet it's all around us, a place without time as we know it. It's a dark realm, filled with the tortured souls of the dead, a place not meant for the living. That's where Dalton is. The problem that with his astral body gone, he is just left with a physical body, an empty vessel, and there are entities that know this, cause they can smell it. That's why they gather around him. Right? Now, I have to really give the writer of this movie a serious side eye. They are discussing the spiritual realm and the fact that this child keeps visiting the spiritual realm. Now, you see the consequences of going into things you have no right to go into, because he then become lost. Right? Because the spiritual realm is the first level of hell. Right? That's a gateway to hell. And if you notice in the movie, when the father goes to try and rescue his son's soul, he have a light. Now, that light they are trying to take away from us, because that is the light of our soul. And they're trying to get us to sin against the Most High. They're trying to corrupt our children so that they can easily occupy our children's body. Right? That is what this world is all about. They are coming after our children. Both natural demonic entities and unnatural demonic entities are coming after our children's soul. Right? Because we were promised a tsunami of demons, and these demonic entities, they require bodies. And we all need our light. We all need to keep our light intact, because when we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we need our light. Right? So please understand, we wrestle not with flesh and blood. Let's get into some more of this movie. Mom, are these the things I've been seeing? Now Elise goes on to answer. They are all trying to get inside his physical body, simply because they crave life, the chance to live again. There are other entities who are malevolent, who have a more insidious agenda. And there is this, a demon who seeks Dalton's body for one reason, to cause pain to others. He is so desperate to possess Dalton. He is the closest of all the entities to getting inside of him. The mom then goes on to say, what do you mean the closest? The psychic Elise explained, because these entities, they can't just walk into the bodies of the living anytime they please. To cross over from their realm, it takes time, it takes energy. But the longer Dalton's astral body is kept away from his physical body, the weaker the link gets, the closer to possessing him. Now they explain a whole lot, and you need to understand that these people, they are coming after our children, and that is why they are trying to corrupt them. And if you notice, when the father is going to get his son, he has to cross over into a red door. He has to pass a red door. Now, you need to understand that when you go into these spiritual places, you have to be fully authorized. You've got to be part of the bloodline, because if you go there, you will open doors that you cannot close. You will also bring over entities that weren't meant to be in our space. And you have people who are busy trying to open various doors, various spiritual doors, to let these entities out into our reality, which is extremely dangerous. Pay attention to this movie and understand that they are really after our children. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, right? But wickedness in high places. Now, you need also to know that these entities are really requiring bodies by any means necessary. Whatever they have to do to get you out of your body so they can occupy your body, to live again, to go out and do the cruel acts that they used to do during the time of Noah, they will do just about anything, right? And they are also recruiting humans to do so. Now we see this child chained up in these entities' dwelling place? What are they trying to tell us? That we have children chained up in basement? Are they trying to tell us that they are trying to enslave our children? Open your eyes and ask questions, and do not be quick to sweep everything under the carpet and call it conspiracy theories. Because if there is a physical world, then there is a spiritual world. They go hand in hand. And the spiritual realm is about to spill on out into our reality, because there is a war that is going on around humanity, and it has been happening for thousands of years. Right? You need to pray and understand we wrestle not with flesh and blood, and that this war is absolutely coming to humanity. And the more you know of what is going on and the players that are involved in these spiritual warfare, the better it is for you to protect you and your family. Right? Do not go out there and try to seek these entities. Do not try to do their bidding. Do not try to accept gift from them. Right? Because it is extremely dangerous. Do not try to walk in the land of the dead, because the dead do not mix with the living. Right? And if you enter these spiritual realms, you have to do so with strong authority. You've got to get the authority of the Most High Creator to go into the spiritual realm, because it is extremely dangerous. I have to give the writer for this movie a serious side eye, because the information that is placed in this movie, he has to be told about it. He just did not pick all this information out of thin air. Right? This did not come out of thin air. He was well informed. This movie was well researched. However, whatever he did to put this movie together, well done to him. Now, do not get into your feelings with me and this movie. As I said before, contact those that are responsible for green lighting this movie. Now, let me all introduce you to my little friend, because the spiritual war is absolutely happening, and it will be spilling on over into our reality very soon. And this is not fun. This is not games. Now, this individual that you're looking at, Hollywood has been showing you as the black aliens, the aggressors, for quite some time. But in fact, he is the ancestor. Some say the gods, some say Jesus, others say Yahushua, Yeshua, or simply the lion from the tribe of Judah. Now, he's coming to fight our battles, because these demonic entities, they are very, very bright. They are very, very cheeky, and somehow they think that they are able to round up humanity, to chain people's children, to enslave humanity, and they don't realize the things that they did in the past, they will not be allowed to do it in 2020 or whenever they get here. It is a new day and a new time, and they will not enslave humanity. They will not round up people's children. We need to pray and understand we wrestle not with flesh and blood. And if you're out there trying to corrupt the seed of man, if you're out there trying to kidnap people's children, if you're out there seeking the help of demonic entities, you need to cease and desist. Right? Because it will not end well for you. Let us pray and say, glory be to the Most High.